Luck.
Deputy Speaker, it never ceases to amaze me that every time those opposite bring up trade unions in the context of the ALP, they act as if they've lifted the lid on some salacious secret. It is truly baffling. People are sick to death with the opposition's addiction to conflict. While our government is prioritising getting wages up and bringing the cost of living down with cheaper medicines and childcare, the opposition clearly has different priorities. Let's talk about the types of people who are striking fear into the hearts of those opposite. The terrifying, menacing faces of teachers, university and TAFE lecturers, nurses, orderlies, aged care workers, public administrators and public servants, essential service workers and electricity, gas, water, transport workers, retail, construction and mining. The average union worker, Deputy Speaker, is a woman in her 40s. Union members, on average, earn 32% more a week than non-members. Furthermore, the gender pay gap closes for union members. The median male non-member earns $2.70 more per hour than his female equivalent, but for union members, this difference is only $1. Union members are people from diverse backgrounds, carrying out a diverse range of professions. They are Australians, and it is those Australians who are setting this government's priorities. The Australian people who voted for a majority Albanese Labor government. It is unfortunate in the extreme that the Liberal and National parties have not developed proper and respectful relationships with unions and their members. I'm meeting too many people, both union members and others, who consider that the last 9 years to be the lost years, full of lost opportunities and stagnation. A different set of attitudes amongst those opposite might have yielded different results. Of course, a different set of attitudes sometimes requires a different set of people. The WA Liberal Party are looking for a different set of people. The question, Deputy Speaker, is directed to the role of unions. A union is a society or association formed by people with a common interest or purpose. The power of collectivisation is so persuasive that we see it harnessed by business and industry large and small. That's why even the member for Dixon was a proud member of the Queensland Police Union. And I quote, "I was proud to be a member of the Queensland Police Union. I was proud from the day I joined the Queensland Police Service and remained a member until I left the police. Every industry employs lobby groups and attempts to put their argument forward," and I'm still quoting, "whatever way they can to their elected representatives, and police unions and associations are no different in their role." I think it was the Minister for Dixon, just for clarity. From the local chambers through to the BCA and the AIG, the old adage, stronger together, really does ring true. Our government needs to meet and talk with peak bodies. This should apply regardless of whether the peak body is that representing employers, industry organisations, community groups or workers. For example, yesterday I met with delegates and frontline workers from the Australian Services Union. I came out of that meeting better informed by John and Wayne of the fact that over the last 9 years the NDIS has been turned into something else by the previous government and not something better. Better informed by Wendy, Julie and Jody of the difficulty of retaining people in caring professions where their job is insecurity, low wages and poor conditions. And on the 23rd of August, in the lead-up to the government's very successful Jobs and Skills Summit, I hosted a Green Energy Jobs and Skills Roundtable in Perth. Around the table were representatives of business, large and small, unions, governments and training organisations. If the union representatives had been missing, it would have been a poorer roundtable for it. In the earlier debate in the House today, we heard from members of all persuasions just how important workers are in aged care. More recently, my friends, the member for Bean and the member for Bendigo, quite properly emphasised the importance of unions working in the fields of aged care and healthcare. I encourage all workers to go and join their union. I encourage union members and anyone else to come and join the Labor Party because it represents the working people.